Hello, I'm Aaron Park, and this is Lesson 6, 7th grade. So, let's start with Problem 1. Look at the graph above. Which point shows the number of players in a team? And if we look here, the x-axis is teams, and the y-axis is players. So, the point we want is 1, and there we see 11. It's this point right here. And in order to write a point, we write it as an ordered pair. So we have parentheses and a comma. And then first we write our x value, which is one team, and then the number of players, the y value, 11. So the point that shows the number of players in a team is 1, 11. Which point shows that two teams have 22 players. So two teams, 22 players, and just like before, we write it as an ordered pair because it's asking for a point. So 2, 22. And the number 3 is a bit different. It asks us how many players would 7 teams have. And if you look at the graph, you can notice it stops at 4, which means we're going to have to use some math to figure it out. Luckily, this is a straight line, so all we need is to find the slope. And the slope of a line is, so m is slope, the change in y over the change in x, right? And if we look at it, we can find the change in y and the change in x by comparing 2 points. So let's use the origin here, 0, 0, because that's an easy point to compare. And then we can find the difference using subtraction. And how about we choose this one, 222. So x goes on the bottom, y goes on the top, and subtracting by 0 is of course at least the same thing. So we get the slope is 22 over 2, which simplifies to 11. So using this, we have an equation where y equals m of x, and our m is 11. Then we know that we want to find it for 7, so we plug 7 in for x, because if you remember, x is the number of teams. And then we get 11 times 7, which gives us 77. So 7 teams would have 77 players. Next, let's look at problem 6. 8 kilograms of apples cost $20. How much does 6 kilograms of apples cost? And it's multiple choice. So we have a ratio here, 8 kilograms, and it costs $20. And we want to find 6 kilograms, and we don't know the amount of dollars. So 8 to 20 simplifies all the way down, simplifies down to 2 kilograms is $5. And you can get that by dividing both sides by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Using this ratio, we just need to multiply by 3 to get the number we want here. Times 3, because 2 times 3 is 6. And 5 times 3 is $15. $15 for 6 kilograms of apples, and that's C. And then number 7, Jeremiah is 6 feet tall, a very tall person. How many inches tall is Jeremiah? And it tells us that 12 inches is in a foot, if you didn't know that. So he has 6 feet times 12 inches in a foot, and it's just 6 times 12 basically. So the problem is pretty simple. 72 inches tall. 6 feet, 12 inches in a foot, you get 72. Number 1 on this page says that you're making a leather book cover. So you need a rectangular piece of leather, and it gives you some dimensions. 18 inches long, 11 inches wide. Find the cost of the piece of leather if it costs 25 cents per square inch. So the problem, first we need to find out how many square inches is our piece of leather. That is 18 inches by 11 inches. And then we'll need to find the cost of this amount. The area of a rectangle is base times height. So how long it is times how wide it is. And it tells us both numbers, 18 times 11. And while these are two numbers, if you just take a little bit of time to solve it, you'll get the answer of 198 square inches. Then, now that we have our square inches, we need to find the cost. So we can multiply by the cost per square inch, which is $25.25 per square inch. Multiplying by 0.25 is the same as dividing by 4. So whichever way you want, you can either multiply it out, but this is a pretty big number, or you can divide by 4. You'll get the same answer, which is 49.5. So $49.50. That's how much it will cost. Let's look at number 2. What is the interest on $1,200 invested for 2 years in an account that earns a simple interest at a rate of 5% per year? Simple interest is like the name says, it's pretty simple. All we need to do is find how much money it is, and there's no compounding or anything complex like that. So we simply multiply 5% by $1,200 2 times and add them together. So 5% per year, correct? Which means our $1,200 in 1 year, we get 5% of that, which is about $60. Exactly $60. Sorry. So we get $60 in 1 year per year, right? But it's asking for 2 years. So $60 is in 1 year times 2 years gives us $120. So that means we earned $120 of interest in 2 years if we had an interest rate of 5% per year and we started out with $1,200.